Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing on this Monday? Is everybody safe? I know the hurricane is bad. Hurricane Ida. I know it's, even like mass flooding. We're under a heavy flooding, flash flood warning, if I could get my damn words together. So, prayers to everybody. Y'all be safe out there. Also, I have had, around us, there's some death going about. My best friend, she had to bury her sister, and another friend of ours is burying their father today. So we are thinking of y'all, and if y'all think about it, send good energy, white light, prayers, whatever it is you do, as long as it's positive, put it into the universe for my loved ones. Thank you so much. Who do we have? Miranda. Let's see who else. And Miranda is down here with these links. So good. I'm glad she, picked out some good links because, I'm just not good like that. I was supposed to send them a long time ago. But thank you, Miranda. Hey, Angie, she is listening while she works. Tracy, the cat catcher, she is, let's see, what did she say? 5-pound channel. Oh, I thought you caught a real cat. That's what I get for half-ass reading, huh? Welcome, Tracy. Cray, BL, Cree, Haley. Hey, everybody. How are y'all? How is everybody? Make sure I didn't miss anybody. So I'm going to, yes, we love you too, Angie. Absolutely, we do. I'm glad you're not out there catching, 100-pound to 15-pound cats. Hold on, let me cut this ad off. It's been going on and off. It's 2 articles I have pulled up. Let me pause it. So, heck fire. I'm always doing that. All right. Let me get back to y'all. Well, actually, this other one's fixing to start going too. I hate that. These ads, they just keep playing. You can pause them.
Community mourns the death.
We'll get to that in just a second. So I want to go ahead. What's up, TJ? Hey, baby. I want to go ahead and talk about, I have 2 other stories, but I want the main focus today to be on Tate. And y'all please get ready because it's going to provoke your emotions. It provoked mine, at least, let me say that, but I'm a crybaby, so it doesn't shock me. We'll get into it in a second. It's pretty heartbreaking. It's senseless, and we're going to be definitely following the story. We're going to be doing whatever we can to help this family get justice and get, our biggest thing that we can do, honest to goodness, in my opinion, is legislation. That is really where we can make changes. We can move things around as a people. I believe that. And I have seen big strides with change of legislation from shaking trees. So that's what we're going to try to do. But I do have an update on a story that we talked about the other day. Good Day sent it to me, and she has been identified. So let's look at that. Let's see. All right. And we talked about this one. I guess it would be Friday. Yeah, Cray, we're going to hop into it here in just a minute. So Good Day sent me this. I guess it was Friday, and we talked about it. Pregnant woman pulled from Lake Michigan, positively identified. Let's see. I was hoping, is this a video? Yeah, let me refresh this because I want y'all to be able to see what I'm talking about. Let's see. It should be. Yeah, I hit it. Okay. So I want y'all to be able to see the lady I'm speaking about because they just had a sketch, but they have identified her. So let's see. All right. Oh my gosh. Why is it always... Hold on, y'all. I'm trying. It's not letting me. There we go.
Detectives found her body in the lake. Pregnant woman found dead in Lake Michigan has been identified. The Lake County Sheriff's Office released this photo of the woman they say is 19-year-old Yarianna Wheeler. They say she was living in Chicago, but is originally from Bellwood. Detectives found her body in the lake near Waukegan earlier this month, and they are investigating her death as a homicide.
Oh, they didn't show the sketch. Well, it was a sketch. They didn't show it. we talked about it Monday, but she has been identified. And I don't know anything else outside of they figured out who she was. So if I hear anything, I will definitely bring it to y'all. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's awful. What's up? Can everybody in the chat please say hello to my friend? It's his first time here. Whiskey OG, what's up? Please make him welcome. Joan, hey baby, how are you? Let's see. Sapito, hello, hello. Hello, let's see. All right, I think I got everybody. How far from South Carolina? Don't play with me, my emotional. Tell me. You know where I'm at, girl. I'm in Tennessee. And welcome to the chat, everybody new. That makes me my little heart smile. All right, so let's talk about this other one. This is another one. I've been seeing some rumblings about it, and I don't really know much else. I know people are completely up in arms about it. So let's talk about this missing toddler out of Mesa. It's awful. Again, another awful story. Unidentified boy found alone at Mesa apartment. Well, they found his parents. Police find mother after toddler found wandering in Mesa apartment complex. Let's see. Mesa police have found the mother of a toddler found wandering Broadway and Dobson Roads early Sunday morning, shall I say. The child was found around 3, and I don't know if y'all could see this. This baby's got heavy bruising. And I don't mean the doc's photos type of heavy bruising. I mean actual bruising. Those following the Summer Wells case will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a complete shit show over there. Well, not over there. It's just in general with the Summer Wells case. And oh my God, am I over it. The child was found around 3:30 a.m. on August 29th at the Central on Broadway Apartments. At the Central on Broadway Apartments? That's worded weird. And appears to be 2 years old. Let's see. The police say the child is now in custody of the Arizona Department of Children's Services and investigation is ongoing. Child is safe. Okay, let's see. Update. But yeah, so he was just found walking around. Let's see. So this is around the area. Good grief, man. And I want to say too, what we talked to, oh no, we didn't talk about it. I shared it in a community tab. Mel talked about it. But the baby was, the grandmother went to the bathroom and the baby like fell in one of these, it's like a dock. He just like walked in it. But he went after the ducks. But somebody was like, oh, God, I wasn't watching it. No, that's not it at all. The grandmother did not realize that the child could open the door, and she went to the bathroom. It happened that fast. So I think, I think that'd be a good idea, too, if we could talk about retention ponds and get funding. And it's not just, everywhere. Every state has this problem. The more and more I talk about kids and stuff like that, every single state has this issue. What's up, Nay? Hey, baby. True Crime Sisters. Hey, baby. There's a DCF investigation. We have a group. I don't know. Maybe it was your page that I've seen it all. It is very sad. And True Crime Sisters is the one that sent me Tate's story, and we thank them for that. Absolutely. Let's see. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I think I got everybody. Okay. So I would check more into this. I only had the one article brought up, True Crime Sisters, but I will bring it up. So I guess let's just hop into
a murder-suicide involving a child rock one quiet community in Harvest. Here's a map of where it happened at a home on Blue Creek Drive.
They just insist on playing. I'm not ready to get there yet, dadgummit. Hold on. I'm trying to pause it. I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. Nope. All right. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm back to y'all. All right. Hey, Shortcake. How are you, baby? Hey, Joan. The babies were found in Toledo wandering around. You think? Yeah, Joan, I was just fixing to say, I got all your emails. I just haven't responded to them yet, but I did see them. Hey, Shortcake. All right. So let's hop into this baby Tate's. Oh, man. This one had me so mad. I had to get mad, and then I had to calm down, listen to some chill music, because it really had me mad. No mom should have to, y'all will see. I want to start off with her Facebook post, with Mom's Facebook post. I want to read this to y'all. Everyone failed us. Everyone failed Tate. Let me scroll up so I'm not showing people's names. Brian has been spiraling, and he had threatened us. Now, Brian is Tate's father. Brian threatened us several times and then finally threatened to kill me. I feared for my life and for Tate's. So I filed papers to amend custody until Brian got help, which is completely rational. It's completely a solution, and that's what she's supposed to do. The hearing date was set for a month later. A month. I'm going to just finish reading. An emergency hearing shouldn't take that long. That's exactly my thoughts. In the meantime, I had to abide by the papers and send him back. Now, if y'all remember, Samuel Olson, same thing. The mother did exactly what the papers said, and I'm still waiting on my neglect charges from Dalton, the father, because he had no right to keep that mother from her child. She never saw him again. Same scenario. Y'all know what I'm saying. Parental alienation, for one, is a major thing. And if the other parent sees something wrong, sometimes they're not just crazy baby mamas or crazy baby daddies. Brad Lamb, same thing. Oh, Brad Lamb's case, well, his kids have not lost their life, but they are still in the arms of their abuser. His son tells him, hey, my child's being abused by my ex. What do? Take the damn kid from him completely. He's crazy. No. Guys, Brad's story is so unbelievable. If I had not have seen the documents myself, you wouldn't even believe it. We're going to revisit Brad's story here. I did it a long time ago, but it's good to just revisit sometimes, because these families really are at the mercy of a slow, some cases corrupt, some cases bogged down, but they're at the mercy of these systems and things and procedures, and they don't move as fast. Kids can lose their life like that. The hearing date was set for a month. Shouldn't take that long. In the meantime, I had to abide by the papers and send him back. Yeah, I keep getting thoughts. Mark Redwine, that story, exact same thing. I shouldn't have had to do that. It was meticulous to keep it a secret and play nice until he could be served on this past Friday after I picked Tate up. But somehow he found out while I had my baby. Everyone said he'd never hurt Tate. Don't worry. He'd never hurt Tate. Whoever told him, whoever he found out, it just as much of my baby's blood on their hand. Oh. So she's saying whoever gave him the heads up. That's what she's saying. Don't worry. Okay, let's see. The Madison County Sheriff Deputy Terry Powell, which we're going to get into all this stuff. Like, this is, it should have never happened. This should have never happened. Let's see. We call for a welfare check. You know what? I'm just going to, because words kick my ass. I'm just going to show y'all. I'm going to let y'all hear this welfare check. It's awful, man. Yeah. I can, if y'all want me to go back and read it, I totally can. That's Mom. It's she, at some point she may pop in. We'd be respectful always. And she may not. That's fine. We're just speaking for her son. Let's see. All right. Let's start with this one. 48. So here is the mom talking to the welfare officer. And we're going to go back a little bit. Let's see. Or talking to the officer about a welfare. Now, listen, everybody has a right to a welfare check. Okay. If I want to say, hey, my neighbor over here, I need a welfare check. Anybody can do it. There's no laws against it. There's no certain way to go around it. You call, I'm worried, they go. I don't know why it was such a big deal. I don't know why, because they're in some type of a custody that she can't get a well check on her child.
Right now is his safety. My concern is his safety. I want to make sure that he's alive and well, because his dad is not always mentally stable.
For the first time, we hear a mother's fight to get law enforcement to check on the welfare of her son.
Hey, Bia.
Tate Buening was found shot and killed by his own father before his dad took his own life. The murder-suicide happened earlier this month in Harvest. This was the scene right before the bodies.
Sure, the great.
After the bodies were discovered. But in new audio obtained exclusively by Way 31, we hear the interaction between the Madison County Sheriff's deputy and Tate's mom, Kayla White, outside her ex-husband's home before Kayla entered the house, not deputy.
Listen to
and made that.
Hold on, let me stop right here.
Way 31's Matt Croschel.
So do y'all hear that? Right? The police officer wouldn't go in. He wouldn't do the welfare check. He's like, you're here. Y'all gonna hear in a second. You're here. You can knock on the door. Is there no trespassing charge? Get your ass out of the car and do your job. I'm very mad about this. Whether it be a dumb 911 operator making things more complicated. I mean, like, my God, this is basic ass training to me. And I'm just a dumb hick behind a computer. I realize that. But I would think, dealing with the public, dealing with, people, y'all are the solution solvers, right? People can't figure something out. What if this mom would have lost her life? Like, what if somebody would have just done the right thing right when it happened? Right when these papers were signed. Hold on. Dadgum ad.
Setting up Simply Safe Home Security was a piece of cake. No tools or wiring.
Oh, God.
Anyone
I'm
can do it in
really...
less than 30 minutes.
Welcome to Simply Safe.
And voice prompts guide you.
Motion sensor detected.
Hold on. Sorry,
when
y'all.
you're done to confirm everything's working correctly.
I may have to talk about these next. These ads won't shut up. Actually, I'm just going to exit out of them and go find them. All right. Here we go.
Was on top of brand new developments in this case tonight, Matt.
Tate's mom, Kayla, now being represented by attorney Will League of Sinyard, Timberlake and League. They are planning to file suit and demanding changes to the legal system. Many feel that legal system failed this mother. And one place
I
they think the policy needs looked at is the sheriff's office, how they handled this call for help on that fateful morning.
We're waiting on, so he's not responded to text messages or phone calls or anything at all.
Hey, Sean.
So that's what we call the
Just
wellness check.
getting concerned.
Yeah.
That's my son that's here too.
Sitting outside her ex-husband's home, Tate's mom, Kayla, and another man speak to the deputy who responded to their welfare call. She was recording their exchange.
Oh, good, Sean.
So there's a lot. That's not what this is. I want to make sure that he's okay. That's not what this is.
She keeps telling, no. That's not it. The officer's steady. Like, I tell my kids this all the time. If I'm talking and you're talking, you're not listening. Officer, you're not listening to her. This is not what this is. You're trying to make this something that it is not. She's telling you this is not about the custody. If it was about the custody, I'd have never brought him. If I didn't give a shit about the laws in, like the waiting, you know what I mean? Like she was waiting on the court system, and then the minute somebody doesn't follow something, they're in contempt and then they're in trouble. Okay. None of this is helpful. She's trying to tell him. He's talking over her, man. It's so irritating.
No,
If you
you're
could just-
here. You can walk and knock on the door just like I can.
Ma'am, I understand you want the welfare check because you are worried about it. And it is my job to facilitate the welfare checks, but you're already here. Just go. You don't even need us. Just go. What a piece of shit, man.
That's what I'm saying. This is a dispute between the two of you guys.
She'd already filed for an emergency custody order with the courts. That hearing was set for weeks later. She
What's up,
asked to
Browns?
get Tate away from her ex, a man who had threatened to kill her, and she said had a pattern of violent outbursts. It's not clear if the deputy knew that.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Well, the deputy that day might not have known it, but the people she first filed with knew it. So why was this kid allowed? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You can't be over the age of 18 and hurl out death threats. It doesn't work that way. They should have granted her something to figure out what the hell is going on, because I'm going to kill you. You don't think parents don't take it out on their kids because of their spouse? I have heard parents say, I couldn't stand him because he looked like his father. You know what kind of a sick individual you got to be? Like, oh my God, I don't see how people think like that. I don't understand how people think like that.
Scene.
So she's going up to this front door by herself where the occupant is threatening to kill her. Welfare check, we believe the procedures allow the officers to take more action than was taken.
My concern right now is his safety. My concern is his safety. I want to make sure that he's alive and well because his dad is not always mentally stable.
The problem is that you're here.
Okay, I can leave.
You can walk up there and knock on the door. I can stand right here.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll go back.
You're allowed on the property, right?
I agree, John.
You ain't been trespassed, anything like that. Okay. Yeah, you can walk up there and knock on the thing.
For the procedure to end up with Kayla finding her own child that had been murdered is just tragic. You have to go back and look at the procedure of the law enforcement official, sheriff department, and look at what the officer knew at.
You hear, all right? You can hear the mom on the phone call, right? She recorded it. Because why? She was building her case. She was covering her side of the street. She was advocating for her son. She did not think, she just wanted to make sure. But you never it never, you could tell in her voice, she did not know she was going to walk in on a horrific. No parent should ever have to do that. No parent should have ever done this. Dad obviously was broken. This mom should have never walked in and seen that. You got a whole ass officer out there with a gun and everything. Like, man.
Kayla's attorney, Will League, tells me they're looking into this entire case to find out who knew what and when.
Several aspects we're looking into to try and address.
I agree, Brown's Mermaid.
What happened, the procedures of the sheriff.
We know there are more audio recordings.
Yeah, defund the police,
morning.
yeah.
We've reached out to the Madison County Sheriff's Office to ask them questions about where their review of this whole case stands. We have not heard back. In the studio, I'm Matt Kroschel, Way 31.
Oh, what? They haven't heard back? I'm so shocked. If somebody has a press conference or something, where the sheriff office comes out and gives some bullshit blanket excuses as to why this happened, I would love to show it now. I was looking for that. I didn't see that, though. Shockingly. I mean, maybe a press release or something, because we got to cover our ass. CPS does the same thing. The exact same thing. The minute something goes awry, the minute a child comes up missing or the child ends up deceased, and there's a pending CPS, DCFS, children's services. If there's a pending gag, seal, nobody can talk about it. And they're like, oh, because they're minors. Well, it was open before then, right? The minute something happens. I was sharing with somebody earlier. There's a reason these cases are so personal to me. I can't talk about it just yet. One day I will. But when I tell you shit is broken, it's broken. And it's a whole lot of passing the buck. So let's continue and let's look more into Tate's story. So we got some petitions. And I'm going to have to pull up the other two that I had to close because there's a school. This is a 10-year-old boy. So guess what? 10-year-olds they have friends in there in school. So guess what? More children are affected by, failing adults. Shocker, right? That's why it's so stinking important that we make families important again. Because it starts and ends at home. Generational bondage, all this shit. It starts and ends at home. Maybe if this officer, would have had a good life, he would have went there and be like, yeah, maybe, Yeah, surely the officer didn't think it was nothing wrong. I bet she's sounding like a nagging old baby mama, huh? Right? Doesn't matter. You don't get to make that call, man. Do your fucking job. Do your freaking job. I'm really trying, y'all. I'm really trying. This really makes me mad. It makes me mad. This lady had to find her son like that, man. It makes me mad. We are in a system where she had to let him go. Look at Dylan Redwine. That mother had to let her son go. He told her, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They just convicted Dylan Redwine's father for first-degree murder 2 weeks ago. All because of this shit. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's like, I know it's both sides of the coin. I know sometimes parents are just difficult, but they're not all like that, man. And if something's wrong, you should not be forced, Yeah. And the shit parents out there, you're the reason why this is happening. You're the reason why they don't believe a parent when they say, hey, something's wrong. Because you got so many false alarms and parental alienation. It's bullshit.
Killed by his own father in a murder-suicide. It happened Friday in Harvest at the home of Blue Creek Drive. Here's the scene where this happened. We're learning Tate Buening was planning to start the school year at Athens Intermediate. Previously, he was a student at Endeavor Elementary in Harvest. Employees at Endeavor did release a statement to us describing Tate as a bright light, as sunshine coming down the hallway. Staff members will remember his hugs, they say, and just how kind he was to everyone. There's a GoFundMe account set up in Tate's memory, and if you would like to help out, we do have a link for you on WAFF.com right now, and we're keeping in touch with investigators, talking to them to find out more about what led to that murder-suicide.
And more on this tragedy. Meanwhile, court documents shedding light on this tragic event. The mother of that young boy killed filed an emergency petition to get him away from his father. This happened last month, and the motion was made July the 9th. A hearing was supposed to happen today. That motion accuses Brian Buening of suffering from depression and PTSD and having violent tendencies and surviving 2 recent suicides.
Hold on, I'm trying to see. I don't see it just yet, but this story happened several days ago, and it actually happened the beginning of the month. But it's just now, like the clip-ins and stuff like that is just now coming out in the past week. So I am a little bit behind on it, but it's still ongoing. Very fluid.
The documents included text that she claimed show Brian Buening threatening to kill her, sent back in June.
Timer.
All right. So there's that one. All right. All right. Let me pull up another one. Hey, Nancy. How are you, baby? Brown's Mermaid. Hello. I think I said hello, but I don't know if you heard me. Let's see. All right, here's another one. And majority of these links are already be in the description. Let's see if you want to look at them yourself. Grieving Alabama mom says the system failed her murdered son. A mother of a 10-year-old boy killed by his father. And I want to show y'all a little slide too here in a second. Killed by his father, Madison County Sheriff's Department. The court system failed her son. Tate Buening I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. And his father, Brian Buening, 37, were found dead Friday at Brian Buening's Harvest home. The sheriff's office said, Sheriff Kevin Turner confirmed Brian Buening was the offender in the shootings. Tate Buening's celebration of life will be held. It's already been held. Let's see. Kaylin Tate White, the boy's mother, said on Facebook Sunday that she found her son's body after a sheriff's deputy called for a welfare check, refused to enter the home to check on the boy, saying it was a custody issue. It wasn't about custody right now, but his safety, White said on Facebook. The deputy made me go to the door, even though I had gotten death threats from Brian. Yeah, good one. Y'all remember Susan Powell? Y'all remember how that shit show ended? It ended with the father, the CPS worker, walking right behind the kids. Dad saying, "Come on." He wouldn't let the CPS worker in. Right? Everybody else knows what happened, but those that don't, he proceeds to kill the children and burn the entire house down. Him and the kids. Her body was never found. Susan's body was never found. Maya Malete's case is seeming to be shaping like that. You got these damn kids with this crazy father, Normal, rational adults don't run around and talk about, I'm going to kill you. Okay? In my experience, you're off if you walk around saying that type of shit. After no one came to the door, I opened the door. It wasn't locked. It just opened and my heart sank. I hesitated to see what to do. That officer still didn't move to go in the house. He let me walk in the house where I was threatened, sick by myself. Because of him, I am the one that found my baby dead with the gunshot wounds. It's a vision I can and will not probably ever escape. Attempts were unsuccessful to reach leadership at the sheriff's office Monday morning. Turner confirmed over the weekend that his department was aware of the custody issue in the family. Kayla White declined for immediate comment. GoFundMe drive raised $40,000. That's amazing. That's amazing. The family was closing in on its goal Monday. Kayla White said that she would put the money towards fighting this bullshit court system to create better laws to protect our babies from monsters. White said she tried to amend her custody arrangements with her ex-husband, and he had been spiraling into a mental health crisis and had threatened to kill her. She filed papers to amend the custody until Brian got help. She said, but the emergency hearing was set a month, and she had to abide. We read that earlier. I'm fighting for better gun laws. Someone with 2 suicide attempts and a violent history should not be allowed to buy more than one gun. Should not be allowed to buy more guns. For police officers who are more diligent and compassionate when someone is in need. White closed her post, adding that she would do whatever else I can help prevent others from feeling this pain. How freaking awful. It was completely preventable. How awful, man. So this whole trained cop, you're here, you go in. This is a civil matter. This is a custody dispute. When anybody's going into these situations, they don't know they're going into a situation most of the time. They only turn out like afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't know when she was making a welfare check, right, that her son was on the other side of that door already dead. She didn't know that, right? Neither did this cop. So really the only thing he had to do was the fucking welfare check. It's just that simple. It's a welfare check. It is part of your job description. Why even show up? Right? Why even go? Why even freaking bother? This dad wanted, like, he left the door open. Please come see what I have done. Let me pull up this. We got a petition for this officer. And I'm pulling up the school. Because there's grieving kids, you know. Let me see. Let me get back to y'all. Let me share screens. Because, yeah, now, again, there's a community of children, 10-year-olds. You know, now they have to know because, you know, there's a whole slew of adults failing a bunch of kids always. You show me a group of jacked up kids, I'll show you a whole group of adults that failed them. I promise you. We don't make it easier on our kids, man.
Okay. It's back to school. Are you 2 projects due the same day ready? Create the next big thing ready. Get an entire list for less ready. Shop staples and be more than ready for back to school.
At the 10-year-old Tate Buening, he's the victim of Friday's murder, suicide, and harvest. And tonight we hear from his former schools. Athens Intermediate School issued this statement in part, quote, "They are heartbroken over the loss of our precious student. Tate was a loving boy and we will miss his sweet smile and energy." They also say their thoughts and prayers are with his family. And Endeavor Elementary School issued this statement in part, quote, "Our hearts are broken. Tate had such a bright future and we are saddened that it was taken from him at the age of 10 years old.
Please remember his mother, Kayla, in your prayers. There is a GoFundMe page created for the family.
And they have closed that out today, is what the other one said. That's why I shut it down. I want to show y'all this slide. I can't play the music because I'll get hit with the copyright strike. If I can find the screen. But I do want... Hey, David. Welcome, baby. Oh, wait. Only one day COVID. My son is feeling better. Please, you going to be nice today, David? I appreciate you. But my son is better. Thank you so much for asking. Oh, it zoomed up. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to scare y'all. I'm all up on the screen. Let's see. No, I think it's this one. Like I said, I can't play the music, but I do just want to play the video. It's a really nice song, but I can't play it. I'll get hit. In some copyrights, they'll shut your whole damn stream down. So, but this is just Tate's Army, Justice for Tate. I've looked through all these pictures earlier today and completely devastated. This mother was beyond close with her child. And now, you know, she's going to have to shake a lot of trees to get justice for her son. Because this was totally avoidable. We're about to get into the petition here in just a second. I just wanted to show you all these pictures of this sweet, charismatic child. Look at him with the little 10 years old, man. And I always say this too, mental illness is a very real thing. And my family, my son, has been completely affected by mental illness from a parent. And I'm very grateful because even though the story ended bad, it could have ended so much worse. And I am beyond grateful that my son escaped it. Beyond grateful. Because it ain't always like that. Yeah. Let's look at this petition. And I've already signed it, so y'all don't know my real name, even though I'm like not in hiding. Take his badge. Help remove the badge of the officer that failed to protect and serve. On August 6, 2021, Deputy Terry Powell responded. Now listen, no hate absolutely from my channel going after this guy. This is a public petition. It's in the description. Sign it. This is how we make things happen. We don't make things happen by being keyboard gangsters, okay? That's not a real thing. You don't get paid for it. And, you know, it just like, I don't want to be associated with all that. What we can do is sign it because, you know, there's strength in numbers. Absolutely. But, you know, there's felonies if you go harassing people. So we don't do that over here. So we like to try to do things the right way. On August 6, 2021, Deputy Terry Powell responded to a call for a welfare check on a 10-year-old Tate Buening. I hope I'm saying that last name correctly. Officer Powell arrived to the home in question instead of following through with the welfare check. He told the boy's mother, Kayla, "You can knock on the door. It's just as easily as you can." Man, sir. I know you didn't know at the time you were making one of the biggest mistakes of your entire life, but you did. And I am sure it is hard to live with this mistake. But you can just as easily go knock on it as I can. This is what you do? This is what you do with a freaking citizen? Really? Get the fuck out of here, man. Despite Tate's mother pleading with the officer, stating that Tate's father, Bryant, wasn't stable, the officer told her to go check herself. I know he sent you the death threat and said he would kill you. I know you're trying to work it out in the court system. But your legs work. Your knocker's not broke. He stayed at the road the entire time. Officer Powell allowed her to walk into the home of a man who had threatening her life completely alone. She could have been in imminent danger. Worried about the safety of her son, Kayla entered the home of Tate's father, Brian Boeing, and to find her son shot to death in his bed. Had Officer Powell done his job and entered this home or called for backup? Exactly. The minute she called and they knew that this man was elevated, he had the murder, he had the threat to kill her. They had things going on in court. It was a fluid situation. He, at best, Mr. Powell should have called a supervisor. At best. If you don't know what to do, find out. Oh, it's standard procedure? Well, the procedure didn't work. Okay? If this is standard, I got a bridge over here in Tennessee. I'll fucking sell you. A welfare check anybody can do. You know what I mean? Because if not, end result's the same. She walks in and checks herself. Like, what the hell, man? Officer Powell has shown no remorse. Oh! This is what this says. I can't prove that, but I was even trying to think, God, he's probably feeling oh, he shows no remorse. Okay, well, you die on that cross if you would like, sir. Okay. That's cool. Kayla would not have a horrible scene of finding her baby etched in her mind forever. Officer Powell has shown no remorse for his actions or reached out to Kayla in any way. What's he going to say? Sorry's just not quite going to do it at this point. The deputy should be ashamed of himself and needs to be reprimanded for his actions in some way. Completely agree. Please help us by signing the petition to take his badge. Take his badge! Put him on administrative leave with no pay. Do anything but what you're doing. Justice for Tate. Tate's Army. Take his badge. Madison County Sheriff's Department. Let's make a change and hold Officer Powell responsible. Or can we get a press release? Is that possible? Can we get a press release or something? Is that possible? Something. Oh my God. Let me hop back over here to y'all. I'll be exiting this channel now. What happened? What happened, Angie? Uh-oh. What happened? What happened, Angie? I don't know what happened. Hate to see go. I can't believe the department. I don't hate on cops, especially when I know the laws. Oh, I am not hating. Well, I completely support the blue. I completely back the blue over here. I do not back this behavior. And I'm allowed to my opinion. No, I don't. What he did was wrong. No, and I don't hate on cops. Yeah, right. You don't. Go back, check around, but I don't hate on cops. We have to have cops. This is not what this channel is about. And not all cops are bad. Most cops aren't bad. But this guy made a deadly decision. And now this mother will have the visual of her baby her 10-year-old son being shot to death. And I don't talk about isms over here. I don't talk about political shit over here. Two wings, same bird. I go by a simple system over here. I have a simple system. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Either it's good or it's evil. You cannot serve two masters. What he did to this woman was wrong. He should be reprimanded. That is my opinion. I am above and beyond entitled to it. What he did was wrong. What he did was wrong. So, and I'm sorry you feel that way, but I just made a joke about defunding the police. Half the reason why the system's running slow as shit right now is because of all the political bullshit going on. And I got news for you. Two wings, same bird. So, and what this man did to what this man's lack thereof, I don't agree that his hands were tied. A welfare check is a welfare check. It is not pending on an existing record. It's not pending on an existing court anything. So, Let's see. What else do I have anymore? Yeah, I think that's it. No. So, we're going to say prayers for this family. Yeah. Nobody ever said all cops are bad. Nobody ever. That's not. You will barely hear me talk about cops at all. Honest to God. But this one made a decision. And he at best, tell that to my ex-wife, and he at best should have said, man, I made a mistake. He could have at best walked up there with her. I will not be moved on my opinion about this situation. That officer shouldn't have handled it that way. Oh, and if his mother shakes enough trees, oh, I bet that sheriff's office will be compelled to agree. So, and we're going to help her do that. So that's what we're doing over here. And it ain't about, it could have been the CPS worker that was doing the welfare check. If she would have told the woman to do it too, it'd have been the same thing. It didn't matter. It's about a human decency. If you can't understand that this mother had to walk in and see her 10-year-old son shot to death, and this officer could have took care of it, I don't know what to tell you. Right is right, wrong is wrong, in my opinion, he made a mistake. I completely back the boo. I back any damn person out there, the nurse, anybody out there that's doing something in service for this world. I back them, period. But if you're doing it, even if you have a platform and you're out there being egregious and being gross with the families, you're a fucking piece of shit. So, there's crap people in all different, parts of the world. So, but what we are going to do is we're going to be following this for Tate and his mother. Justice for Tate. So, this should never happen. It should have never happened. She shouldn't have had to wait a month for an emergency situation. Emergencies require rapido, fast. You got to move fast. And unfortunately, this man, he didn't. Oh, they do cry. What are y'all talking about? I don't normally hate up. Yeah, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate this guy. And he might have a poker face on now, but he goes home. He feels like shit, dude. And if he's got a wife, if he's got a wife and they have kids, she's a mother. And she's looking at him like, he might have made a fucking bad decision. He might have thought she was just some nagging ass baby mama and he's sick of dealing with it. I don't know what the man thought. I'm not going to sit over here and speculate, but I'm not going to sit here and defend my, I'm not a cop hater over here. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Newsflash, nothing. I would definitely, nobody would leave the house if we didn't have cops around this motherfucker. But no, it's not like that. And if you thought that's what I meant, then I don't know what to tell you. People that have followed the channel since the beginning, y'all know how I feel. Right is right, wrong is wrong, And my heart breaks for this mom. And we're going to pray for this mom. We're going to pray for Kayla and her family. Thank you, True Crime Sisters, for showing me this story. And we're going to be following. What's up, sister? What's up, girl? So, and we're going to be following it. I'm going to have to run. That's it I have today. But yeah, I don't, you know what? And y'all don't have to like everything I say. We're not married, guys. We're not married. I'm just a dumb hick behind a computer. You know what I'm saying? So it's all right. Our hearts go out to Kayla. We're going to be following this, man. This is not right. This was not right at all. This dad, he wanted somebody to walk in and find him. He knew the minute he stopped answering them phone calls for her. You can't tell me he didn't do this and think there's a good chance that she might take out. And parents will absolutely, if they're broken in their brain, they will absolutely take it out on the children if they don't like your mom. All of these things are real issues. Parental alienation, mental illness. What the other parent says something's wrong. We have to listen. Whether they're being nagging or crazy or not, we have to listen. We have to listen, because if we don't, what happens? Nothing. You pray the cops. Yeah, he will. He can act like he's got a poker face all day long, but you can't tell me unless he's just broken. No, he feels some type of way. You can't not. You know what I'm saying? Your action set off a chain of events. Your lack of action set off a chain of events that you can never undo. Never. And they affected somebody in the most egregious way. You know, unfortunately, it was already too late. But now, not only does the mom have to live with the fact of having it, she had to see it. It ain't about a visualization. It's about ingrained in your brain for life. It was already bad enough. You know what I mean? You can't please everyone. Just kidding. Oh, hey, Haiti, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I know, and I'm not. That's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. Cop hater? Yeah, right. What the fuck? We have to have them. Just like we had to have nurses. We had to have firefighters. We had to have all these people. You know what I mean? So, no. But, no, it's about what's right for this baby and this family. You know? So, I'm not going to do the same disservice by not speaking my truth. And my truth is this man made a huge fucking mistake. That's my truth for this family, you know. And what kind of a platform would I have about children and what's in to help kids and to help families and things like that? This was wrong. And this is a major problem. Parents sitting by. Look at Sarah Olsen and Sam Olsen. She did the same thing. She followed it to a T. This man hit the kid, hid from her, didn't report this, didn't report that. He's still out. Her son was butchered. She never seen him again. This happens, man. This is a problem that definitely needs to be looked at. All right, guys. I've yipped too much. It's all right, man. Y'all know me. All right. I love y'all. If y'all need me, send me an email. I will see y'all Wednesday. Y'all have a good one. Be kind to yourself. Love your babies. Be good to yourself. Y'all have a good one.